This is 5 Minutes Alone with Martin the Metalhead, starting now. Today's topic, my trip to Ghana. I had always wanted to visit Ghana for the last 12 years. It all started when I went to a macaroon shop in London. I found a dark Ghanaian chocolate macaroon, bought it, told myself, man, I want to go to Ghana. I had a friend of mine who brought back Ghanaian cities to Australia, so I paid him 80 Australian dollars for his cities. Sadly, some bastard stole my cities. In 2020, I planned to go to West Africa for 2 weeks, take on Ghana and its neighbours. But unfortunately, the world went to shit, all because of COVID-19. And I couldn't go, even though I had already applied my visa and planned my trip. So I had to spend the next 4 years sulking, being sad that I didn't go to Ghana. But then, as last year, I told myself, look, I've just made my 100th country in Africa, let's make this happen. You need a visa to visit Ghana unless you are from neighbouring African countries or some Caribbean island nations. A visa costed me £80 sterling for a multi-entry Ghanaian visa. If you are travelling in West Africa, then you can buy a visa on the border, but it will come at a high price of $150 US. I only had 1 week off work, and if I just spent one whole week in Ghana, then I would have felt really sad that I didn't go into neighbouring countries. So I just flew into Accra. I took a minivan from Accra all the way over to Aflo, and that's how I crossed the border. Now, I came back to Ghana after a few days away, just driving from Continua Benin all the way to the border crossing, and I was so happy to be back. The people in Ghana are lovely. Corruption is zilch. Maybe there are some stories in the past that there have been corruption cases, but, well, monkey see, monkey do. I've always had this feeling that Ghana and Jamaica are two countries that are separated by 6,000 miles apart, but they both have the same blood, and the same culture, and the same traditions. You'll have bofrot, a fried dough ball, in Accra, but if you go to Jamaica, they'll call it a fried dumpling. You got rice and beans in Accra, rice and peas in Kingston. Ackee is found on both Ghana and Jamaica. Now, I've grown to love the people of Ghana, and they were really helpful to me. I'll even remember the time when I came back after my few days away. A military officer noticed how shabby my yellow fever book was, how it was falling apart, because it was soaked in sweat. So with his staple gun, he stapled 5 new staples into my yellow fever book. People in Ghana will look after you. I walk the streets of Accra not with a care in the world, just saying hello to everybody, telling people about my story, how I wanted to come here for many years. I tell them all about the Ghanaians in the diaspora in both Australia and the United Kingdom. I don't feel bad that I didn't end up going to other parts in Ghana, but I'm just glad that in Accra I was able to visit Kwame Nkrumah's mausoleum, I was able to visit Du Bois Mausoleum, I was able to look around to town easily, see the markets, try a lot of great food, and take a trotro around town. And the cheapest way to get from Accra Airport is actually if you get a Bolt. I actually walked from Du Bois Mausoleum all the way to the airport because I thought, you know what, it's a hot day, it's a nice day, I can do this, I can save myself some cities. Scams and all and overcharging, yeah, that does tend to happen. I mean, if you are a Westerner in West Africa, but you just gotta look on the bright side that locals pay less, you gotta pay more. I bought this nice shirt at Accra Airport for 300 cities. It might have cost me less if I just gone to the streets of Accra and bought one, but I thought to myself, mate, I don't think these people really like to have to make these shirts and then send them away. I thought maybe I'll buy this shirt of somebody who's made it in Accra, and even though I'm buying it from an airport, it's going to cost me a lot of money. Well, at least basically I've paid for this type of stuff. I really can't see myself just going to a fabric shop and say, hey, make me a shirt and all, because I'm not that type of guy. I like my stuff pre-made. I don't know when I'll be able to go back to Ghana, but I'm just glad that I went there. I'm glad that I spent a few days in Accra and Aflo, and I was so happy I made Ghana my 100th and first nation. This is 5 Minutes Alone with Martin the Metalhead, over and out.